morning from Beth Boyle, Iowa Trail Rider at Great Oak Leather. Today I'm going to clean a saddle. Yep, we all need to do it. It's spring here in Iowa and it's going to be time to be hitting the trails again soon. So I wanted to let everybody know that I do clean saddles professionally. So anything from just a quick scrub down, oil and top coat, to partially deassembling the saddle, giving it a good clean repair. It's time to get started on saddle cleaning. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's important for YouTube's algorithm that you subscribe, and also give this video a thumbs up. I get a lot of questions about what to use to clean saddles with, and I'm not a glycerin fan. Products like Leather New and saddle soaps have a lot of glycerin in them, and the thing with glycerin is that that kind of whitish bluish mold that gets on our tack so quickly and is so pesky to remove. It's not after the leather in your tack, it's after the glycerin that you put on your tack. So stop using glycerin, stop getting that yucky mold all over everything. So the bath we're going to give this saddle today, I'm going to use Dawn dish soap on it. So Don Gonzalez is a well-known and a very successful saddle maker, and he's the one that shared with me the idea of using Dawn dish soap. He too won't use any of the glycerin products. He just doesn't want that gunk on his leather to spend time to take it off, and he says this is gentle but effective. It's a great grease cutter, and that this is the thing to use. So I'm going to use Dawn dish soap, just regular tap water, a brush like this, just a regular cleaning brush, and a toothbrush to get down into the little spaces. So yep, that's what I'll be using today. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. I'm happy to see your comments and do my best to answer your questions. Okay, I'm ready to get started. I've got all the loose dust brushed off this saddle. I've got some towels underneath it and up on a saddle rack. The cinches are off, and yeah, I'll start working on it. There's my water, my brush, the Dawn dish soap. Well, that's what we're going to use. I'm just going to take my Dawn dish soap. How much is in there? I'm going to put it right in this spray bottle. I'm going to put quite a bit of it in there. Looks pretty good and sudsy. So there, put about half what I had in there into my spray bottle. I'm just going to gently mix it. I don't want to cause a bunch of bubbles and gunk in there, but I do want it to mix in. So there, got some nice blue looking water. And my brush. And we're just going to start scrubbing. So this saddle has some discoloration here, and I'm gonna put a little extra Dawn on here and see if maybe some of that'll come out. It's partly from wear and tear, but we'll just kind of see if maybe we can get some of that dark stuff off of here. Trying not to get the leather any more wet than I have to, but since this is a trouble spot, I'll spend a little more time on this particular piece trying to get it clean. Put the stirrup leathers apart. Just to kind of make sure these get nice and clean. And really only a small part of them's dirty where they come in contact with the horse. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on that. This little squirt bottle has just plain water in it. I'm gonna just quick give this a rinse. And then I'm gonna dry it with a towel. This has got some pretty heavy residue on it from being cleaned before, in places I'm gonna have to scrub it again. Sure what they use, but there's something really sticky on this. Yeah, so there we go. It's got a good rinse. So I'm just going to use some pieces of cotton towel. And get what moisture I can off of the saddle. A lot of that, there's some kind of heavy dressing on this saddle that was pretty gunky down in the tooling and stuff. I got quite a bit of that off. Let's see here, maybe I don't have all of it, so I'll go back and scrub on that piece again. Okay, I'll have the other side all cleaned up in a flash. So there's really only one place that our saddles come in direct contact with our horse, and that's on this back side of the fender here. A lot of times there'll be crud and horsehair and sweat and different things ground in here, so this is a place to take particular attention to. So this saddle isn't really very dirty here, but still I'm gonna soap it up pretty good and give it a good stiff brush in here, just to make sure that all that stuff that may have come off an animal, come off of a horse, is off of there. Same way with these leathers here. Make sure that those are right. So yeah, this one was not too bad. So I'm just going to rinse it, rinse that soap off. Again, not using any more water on it than I really need to. And then use a towel to get any extra crud. And extra moisture off of there. Okay, so that cleaned up nicely. So the saddle's clean. it's clean, but it's still pretty wet. So it's going to take a day or two for it to dry, depending on temperature and weather conditions. But I'm going to put these fenders and stirrups back together and run a dowel through the stirrups to turn them out as you would naturally want them for riding. Because when leather is wet, it tends to dry into the position that it's in. So I'll put the stirrups back on and turn these stirrups out to make sure that this stays properly formed to keep the pressure off your leg while it's in the stirrups. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And the saddle will be dry and ready for the next step in a flash. Okay, so it's clean. Yeah, looks really nice. Whatever that really heavy dressing was, I think I got most of that off. Not sure what had been put on the saddle, but it had a funny smell. Kind of a spicy smell almost. Spicy like in cooking. But yeah, it's clean, it's wet, so it'll dry. I'm going to put this fan on it to help it dry and just reposition all the little pieces, make sure that they dry in a position that's friendly to the saddle. And I've got the stirrups turned forward so that as those leathers dry, they'll be comfortable to the foot. Some of this black darkening stuff came off here. Not too much of it. This is my saddle. Since that's still so dark, I just might be gonna dye this entire saddle a dark color. It's got some variations in its color, but it needs a couple of other things too. Some of the D's are showing a little bit of rust on them, so it's likely that I'll replace those. I've ordered some conchos, some screw-in conchos to put on here too. I think that'll really dress it up. But anyway, so there is a clean saddle by Beth Boyle, Iowa Trail Rider at Great Oak Leather. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you pick up a tip on how to get your saddle clean. Next steps I would do is to oil. I am a big fan of olive oil. Olive oil is good for the environment. It's completely safe for the user, and it does a really nice job of oiling leather. Now, it will darken leather some, but not as much as neatsfoot oil. So yeah, that's the next step I would take after the saddle is really well and good and dry. So I'd like to introduce you to one of the unique things that I make here at Great Oak Leather. This is a candle bag, sits behind the saddle, attaches to D-rings or loops using these straps. It's 4 inches high and 15 inches wide and about 8 inches deep. As it sits behind you, strapped tightly to the back of your saddle, you can get into it with one hand, get out your water bottles, your halter, your snacks, your phone, your money, whatever you need to put in here. And then with a single hand, it's closed back up again. And this, I think, for my own use, this is probably the favorite thing that I make for me. So yeah, this one has a pretty top on it. It has oak leaves and kind of a pebble texture. This two-tone edge is pretty popular. And you can see there's also a beaded edge and a custom row of border here that can match your saddle. So everybody, thanks for taking a look at the candle bags. Have a great day and happy trails from Beth Boyle, Iowa Trail Rider at Great Oak Leather.